Okay, so I'm finally done with my community website, and this is what it looks like. So let me just open it up. Okay, so I just did mine over the trading card game, Pokemon trading card game. And then let's see what all we need. So for the assignment, it says we have a home page and at least 2 additional pages. Each page should have 1 image and text. So as we can see, we've got this page. It's got the Pokemon logo image. It's got text. If I go here, we've got an image. We've got text. And if I go here, we've got an image. We've got text. It also says we have navigation on each page that connects to every other page. Well, I just showed you that because I was able to click all the links. We have a separate CSS file that's shared amongst the pages. Here it is right here. And we'll get more into that in just a moment. It says use at least 3 different colors, such as backgrounds, text colors. These can be either for the main content or content such as navigation bars or highlights. So if we go back there, obviously I've got this light blue background. My text is maroon color. And then I've got these buttons that are yellow, and when you hover over them, they turn orange. And those are my links to go to different places. So yes, I have all those things. So your styles must include one of each of the following: a div or a span. I did a div, so like this one here, div square. This is how I made the buttons at the bottom. And then here's my hover, what happens when you hover over it. I have some other divs. Actually, no, I don't. Those are the only ones that I have. I thought I had some for... Oh, okay. So I do have some of those. I've got some classes. So I have just a div, and it's got a specific class. So I'll have to talk about that in a moment. I've got a class. As you can see, I've got a ton of classes. I've got center table. I've got center. I've got container. I've got item. So a bunch of different classes. A special selector, image filter or visibility selector. I already talked about that. So when I hover over it, it changes color. That's what we mean by special selector. Obviously, if when you click on a page and like the rainbow hue color saturation thing happens on an image, that would be acceptable as well. All those are fine. And then you have to have a table or a list. Well, if we go right here, here's my table. There's 2 types of Pokemon cards readily known: Wizards of the Coast and then post Wizards of the Coast. And also chose to change my font. And a lot of this stuff I did not know how to do. Okay, so like for when I first started out and I wanted to use the Pokemon TCG logo, you can't do text align center on an image. So I had to figure out how to center it. So all I did was I went and I just typed in like center image HTML and then how to center an image. I clicked right there and it's like, oh, here is you need your image source, which is obviously the URL, but then you have to give it a class of center, and then you have to make that class. So my class right here was this one. Okay, now I didn't put the width in there because I wanted it to stay the same width, but there we go. So I've got everything else. So, you know, if you don't know how to do something, just look it up on Google. Like, it's really easy. Same thing with like centering this table, because centering stuff is like different depending on what it is. So I had to go to my style sheet here and I had to make another one which was center table, and then I did all this. Okay. And then getting these buttons to be next to one another as opposed to on top of one another, that was something I had to look up as well. That's why I have to have this container class and then item class. So the container is basically the whole thing, and then the items are each one of these buttons. And all I did for the buttons, guys, the code for the buttons was in my style sheet. It's this one that's like really big, div square, and then div square hover. If you remember, that's literally just the code from where it's interaction a button. if I click here, all I did was I looked at my style sheet and I just literally copied this and just pasted it, and then just put the name div square for my code. So like div class item, div class square, because you can put divs inside of divs. So the square is the actual button, like the yellow that's turning orange, and the mega evolution. You can kind of see it right here where the little corner is white. That's the container, okay? And the container is big. And then I had 2 items within the container, and each one of those is one of these buttons. So you got to kind of play around and see. Mine's very fancy. You know, I don't expect you guys to have as much as I do. I spent a long time on this. But I'm going to be giving you a long time on it, so it needs to look good. You shouldn't just have like basic, you know, junk in there and be like, okay, I'm done. No, you need to make it look nice. I'm giving you multiple days to do this. And this is stuff that you should know for the most part. Again, you may have to look up some stuff like I did. Like I didn't know how to center anything other than text. So I had to look up how to center tables and how to center images. But I mean, other than that, guys, like you really should know most of it. Like you should know how to change the font color. You should know how to change the background color. You should know how to change the font style. And by the way, it's not font style. It's font family right here. Papyrus is what I used. You should be able to change the font size. Okay. Like this is all stuff that if you don't remember, you can go back and you can look at old assignments we did and old examples, and you can see how to do it. Or you can just look it up like I did. Now sometimes I'd look up stuff and I didn't really like the way it was done, so I chose not to do that option. But sometimes I'd look up stuff and it did work out really well. So hopefully that helps you. But I'm not giving you a play-by-play of exactly what to do like I normally do, so you're gonna have to put some time and effort into this one. All right, well, good luck.